Hey, Ethans. The Transitional Species Award is always tough to give out because there's always so many great videos to consider. In trying to determine who I would give this to, I had to look at many great videos, and it boiled down to, well, just watch.
Okay, Junior, let's set fire to your straw man right away. No one's ever suggested that water runs uphill. Now, about the 7,000 foot high plateau, that's called the Kaibab Plateau, by the way, that's mostly made up of about a mile worth of sedimentary rock, which you young Earth creationists claim were laid down in Noah's flood. So, the various rock layers, representing a wide variety of sedimentary environments, were laid down in this single catastrophic event, but then eroded to a mile in depth by the same catastrophic event. How? One of the funnier things I often hear young Earth creationists like the Hovens say is that sediments are invariably laid down in a body of water. This is absurd for a number of reasons. For one thing, some sedimentary rocks are clearly the result of the action of wind. Within the Grand Canyon, the Coconina Sandstone is such a deposit. It exhibits the spectacular cross-bedding and the sedimentology typical of desert sand dunes. Now getting back to our buddy Junior and his bizarre idea that the Grand Canyon was formed by Noah's flood, I think we need to discuss some basic hydrology for a minute. When a stream flows across a plain and there isn't a great topographic change between upstream and downstream, the water flows slowly, and for reasons we need not get into, it meanders horizontally within the stream channel. Water flowing violently, rapidly, as in a flood event, does not create this characteristic meandering stream pattern. On the other hand, if a low plain is tectonically uplifted over time, the meandering streams that have flowed across it may begin downcutting into the rising plateau, and the meanders may be preserved as relic features. This is precisely what we find in parts of the Grand Canyon.
After seeing that, it was tough to say that that wasn't the award winner, but it was early in the month, and then along came this video.
Most Christians think the Kalam cosmological argument is relatively new because it's been revived by William Lane Craig. However, it's actually centuries old, and it originally wasn't a Christian argument. It was part of Islamic Kalam. There are other more general cosmological arguments, but they all have the same problem. They all fail because they can be applied to God. The Kalam cosmological argument is an attempt to sidestep the, well, who created God question by stating that only things that begin to exist need to have creators. So now, if someone uses the Kalam cosmological argument, thank them for recognizing the failures in the other arguments, in the first cause and the complexity and the design theory, because that's basically what the Kalam cosmological argument is an admission that those arguments are flawed. Unfortunately, the Kalam argument is also flawed, and we'll get into that specifically. Anything that begins to exist has a cause. Well, what exactly begins to exist? What does that mean? The car you're driving didn't begin to exist as a car until it went through the factory, right? But that didn't really begin to exist there either, because that was originally steel, and that was originally ore, and that was originally dirt, and that was originally stuff in the inside of stars. And the material that built your car was formed in the hearts of stars billions of years ago. It never began to exist. He said that quantum events are still caused, just in a non-predetermined manner. Something that he called probabilistic causality. Now, the existence of probabilistic causality and non-predetermined causes completely destroys the first premise. As physicist Victor Stringer put it, in effect, Craig is thereby admitting that the cause in his first premise could be an accidental one, something spontaneous, something not predetermined. By allowing probabilistic cause, he destroys his own case for predetermined creation.
I had to decide between the two. Which one should be the Transitional Species Award? And then came other videos from both of them that were all great. But this tipped the table and made my decision.
Greetings, YouTube misfits, miscreants, malcontents, and misanthropes, and a special greeting to Nephilim Free. Gotta tell you, sweet chicks, watched your latest video on geology, and it was a fascinating rendition. Thought I'd take a little time to explain some basics of stratigraphy and sedimentology. Those are subfields of geology. So let's get started. So, Neff, explain to me how the rocks in the lower part of this picture were tightly folded up, eroded, and then overlain by more sediment. Again, your flood model doesn't seem to hold water. I think a question is in order at this point. What the hell is wrong with you?
So congratulations for the Transitional Species Award winner for May of 2010.